Good evening. I'm Jim Spigarelli, Chair of the Board of Directors of the Center. And on behalf of the board, I want to welcome you to this year's annual dinner. And I want to thank Sister Rosemary and Andy for their work as honorary chairs, and thank all of you that's supporting this event and support the center. I believe that the video clearly showed, as does listening to Sister Rosemary, that the accomplishments of the center are really based on the passion and compassion of its talented staff and its the support from its volunteers, and it allows the center to provide practical solutions that directly impact people's lives. And I think you saw it can be from one-on-one interactions at a time of great need to actually shaping healthcare policy at the state and national level. So all of us who serve on this board are honored to represent this organization and their dedicated staff and volunteers. Now, tonight is a special annual gathering because we are celebrating a 30th anniversary. And this anniversary comes at a serious milestone for the organization. Over the past 2 years, we've transitioned our organizational leadership. Our CEO, John Carney, is doing an excellent job of building on the accomplishments of the center made under the leadership of Myra Christopher, our iconic and foundational CEO. So this is the right time to honor and reflect on the past and to embrace the future. So to do this, and to help us do this tonight, we're fortunate to have two past honorees of the center with us, Irv Hockaday, who will reflect on the center's past role and importance, and Dr. Richard Payne, who will give us his thoughts on what the future might bring to the center. Now, I'm happy to say that Richard, who I'm sure most of you know is a world-renowned palliative care physician and ethicist, is not only an honoree but also a member of the center family. He holds the John B. Francis Chair for Bioethics, and we're happy that Richard is able to address us tonight. But now it's my special pleasure to turn the podium over to Irv Hockaday. This is the first time I've had this pleasure, but I've heard many others introduce him. And in the past, I have always wished that the person making the introduction would just shut up and call Irv to the microphone, because he would be so much more interesting than whoever was making the introduction. So tonight, since it's me, I'm going to do that, but not just yet. We're going to have a little bit of word association before we turn it over to Irv. So here's a list that I think I want you to think about the common elements in it. Ford, Estee Lauder, Dow Jones, Sprint, the Aspen Institute, Hallmark, Hall Family Foundation, the Federal Reserve, MRI Global, Kansas City Rep Theater, Civic Council, Crown Media Holdings, Kansas City Area Life Sciences Institute. You kind of get the idea. That's probably enough. That is quite an eclectic list of organizations. And of course, the common element that we have here is they are among the many that have greatly benefited from Irv Hockaday's leadership, advice, and guidance. So it's my pleasure to turn this over to Irv.